Hello friends, welcome to the SAP deep dive session on SAP Warehouse Management. In this session, we'll see how the batch determination happens in SAP WM. The batch determination process in SAP WM is bit complex and it requires a good level of understanding. Moving on to the agenda of SAP Warehouse Management. In this session, we'll see how the batch is automatically determined during the picking of the material from the SAP warehouse system. Moving on, the main concept of batch determination. The batch determination in SAP WM can be used if a batch is not already been specified in the preceding document. So the main concept of introducing the batch concept in SAP Warehouse Management is that in the preceding document, we should not enter any of the batches. That means that batch determination is used for the picking activities. So basically, when we deals about the picking cycle, we'll be having a sales order that is created using the transaction VA01N. The sales order is created, and with respect to the sales order, we'll be creating the outbound delivery. Once the outbound delivery is created, system will try to get the transfer order. So while creating the sales order or outbound delivery, if we specify the batch, system will not check for the batch determination strategy that is required for the picking activities. Instead, if we are not specifying any of the batch determination or the batches in any of the preceding document, that is the sales order or the outbound delivery, then system will try to get the actual batch by using the batch determination strategy. So the main concept is we should not provide any of the batch in the preceding document. So during the time of picking, that means whenever the system tries to create the transfer order, system will propose the bin as per the batch determination strategy. So this is an interesting concept that is basically used in the warehouse management. The batch determination is basically used in the pharmaceutical industry and various other industry to determine each lot of the items to be picked. So batches can be defined as that each batch can have the various characteristics. So even though the chemical composition of the material remains the same, but all the raw materials, all the materials will be having the threshold in which it will be having the range for which the picking has to happen. So in order to deal with that particular scenario, we create various batches, and by in the system itself we specify that if the range comes in one particular area, pick that particular batch. So I'll show in the system how these all strategies are made in the background, and system automatically picks as per the configuration. Moving on. So batch determination in SAP Warehouse Management. So over here we have the outbound delivery for the material B5. So prior to outbound delivery, we'll be having the sales order. So once the outbound delivery is created, system needs to pick. So here the outbound delivery is created for the material B5. So from the outbound delivery, transfer order is created B5. So once the transfer order is created for the material B5, system will be proposing the batch CH1 as per the strategies and the configuration that is maintained for the batch determination. If you are working with the work order, once the work order is released and the transfer order is created from the work order for the material B5, system need to propose the batch CS3 so that material will be picked from the high rank um, storage type 001 with the batch CA3. So the actual batch will be picked for the material in the outbound delivery as well as for the work order. In the system demo, I'll be showing how the batches are determined in the system. So in the creation of the batch determination, first we'll be creating the characteristics of the class. Welcome. Okay. First, we'll be creating the characteristics for the load. That means the batch. We use the transaction code LT04 for creating the characteristics. So basically, I created the characteristics concentration. Upon displaying this one, the basic data like concentration. So the main concept in this determination of batch is that I created the class known as concentration. In that, I want to pick the material with the concentration difference while I am creating the transfer order. So for example, if a um, um, drugs is being created, so whenever the after the production of each lot of material, I have the load change with respect to the concentration of material. So when I created the first lot, the concentration become 90 percentage. Then the in the next lot, the concentration changed to 85 percentage. Then the next lot, the concentration again moves to 95 percentage. So whenever we are creating in each batch, we can have the concentration varies in particular range. So each lot will be having the particular concentration range, and during the picking process we specify that we want to get the material with one particular concentration, and system will propose the particular concentration for the picking activities, and this is explained by using the concentration. So here first I create the characteristics as concentration. So over here, the description as concentration and the status is released, and the data type is numeric format, so that it will be having 4 characteristics and the decimal places 2. So values and the additional data. So if you want to pick the material from the particular table and the particular field name, you can specify the same in the this table and the field name. But over here, I will be manually entering the data whenever we are doing the good receipt process. So because of that, I haven't entered the table name or field name. So if you are dealing with the characteristics like shelf expiration date, you can specify the table name in the material master and the field name of the material master, so that system will directly pick the expiration date from the respective tables and the fields. If you have any restriction, you can specify it over here. So once the concentration characteristics has been created, you need to create the class. So the class is the umbrella. Under the class, there will be various characteristics. So we can create the class by using the transaction CL01. So here I have the class like concentration. So class type is 032 for the batch. So I have the class concentration, which is released. Sorry. Okay. If it is not created, we can create the same. Let me verify it. CL02. So we can create a new thing, concentration, description as concentration, keywords, and the characteristics as the same concentration. So here I have created the class. Okay. So I created the class. So the main configuration is one, we have created the characteristics, and we have created a class. Inside the class we provide this characteristics. So if you want to deal with the characteristics in the material master, you need to specify the characteristic specification tab. I have new material WM test, and that we need to have the classification tab. Under the classification tab, you need to have the batch. So here I specify that material should have the class as concentration, and when we pull the concentration, it will be having the characteristics as concentration. Then the next step is we'll be putting away the material. That means we'll be having the good receipt with respect to the purchase order MB1C transaction. Movement type is 501. The plant is K11001. Okay. So the material is WM test. Quantity I am putting the material as 100 quantities. Batch as let it be B5 batch I am creating. So I am putting away 100 quantity of material of batch B5. So here it will ask for the concentration. I specify the concentration as 80 because in the classification view, I specified the classification. So system will ask for the concentration. What is the amount of concentration? I specify it as 80. Okay. The material document is posted. I'll have a note of that. Okay. Then system is proposing for the creation of transfer order for the material. So I am putting away the 100 quantity of material under the storage unit type PAL from 902 to SR1 0001. SR1 is the storage type, 0001 is the session, and the storage bin is 010102. So I am creating the transfer order 300093. Okay, then we need to confirm the transfer order LT12. So we confirm the transfer order. So when we display the transfer order, it is like from the source 902.001 WE zone is the bin. It has been picked from this bin and it has moved to SR1 010102. The 100 quantity of material has been put away to this items. So with the batch B5. So if we see the item is one storage bin, so we'll have a display LS21, sorry, LT21 T number 093. So this is the bin. We'll just have the view of the bin. LS26 material is WM test, storage location is triple zero one SR1. So we are just seeing the how the material has been placed. So this is the material that has been placed with the available stock 100. Okay, then we'll just see the batch as well using the transaction MSC to N, how the batch is present. Batch is B5. So in the classification tab, we specified that this batch, so whenever we are doing the put away, this batch is having the concentration of 80%. Okay. Then for the picking activities, we have the configuration in SPRO. In SPRO, we need to go to the configuration as logistics general. In the logistic general, we have the batch management. So in the batch management, we need to go to the batch determination and batch check. In that, we have the condition tables. So for the warehouse condition table, it is already defined. We need to click over the define warehouse management condition table and display the existing condition table. 11 is the condition table that we'll be using it. So in the condition table, we'll be specifying which are the key fields. So over here in this condition table, we'll be using the fields like warehouse number and movement type. So this means that system will propose the batch as per the keywords warehouse number and the movement type. If the warehouse number is 001 and the movement is we specify that the picking movement type 601, then the batch should be B1 means if the warehouse is 001 and the movement is 601, system will pick the batch as B1. That is the concept of condition table. So initially we need to create the condition table. Then the condition table should be mapped onto the access sequence. In the access sequence, we have defined warehouse management access sequence. So we have the standard access sequence as warehouse number and movement type. So if you want to see the a condition table, that is mapped onto the 11. So what are the various fields in the access sequence? These are the warehouse number and the movement type. So it is represented by LGNUM and BWLVS. So we are having the access condition tables and the access sequence maintained. Then we need to specify the strategy types. So we need to select the define warehouse management strategy type. So over here, we can create a new strategy type. So for doing the consideration, I have created WM01 and WM02 are the standard strategy type that is provided by the system. So if you want to create your own strategy type, you can just copy from the WM02 and create the same. So I have created the strategy type WM05, which is nothing but the copy of WM02. So over here, I can specify the class type as 023 and the class as concentration. So if we click on to the maintain, you can see the same the what is the class and the what is the class type. And if you have any characteristics, you can have the characteristics that is specified. For the class, we have the characteristics as CONC. So this all things is maintained over here. The sorting sequence can be. So this means that if you want to have the sorting of the material. So for example, your picking quantity is 1000 and in your warehouse you have 100 materials of concentration 90 and remaining 500 materials of concentration 80 and the remaining 400 materials of concentration 75, and you specify the sort sequence as ascending way in which the concentration of the material need to be picked. System will propose the ascending sorting sequence, or then system will first propose the material which is having the maximum concentration, that is the 95 concentration. Then system will propose the less concentration, then it will go in the descending way for the proposal of the consideration. That is just for the sorting sequence. So in the batch means in the lot itself, you can have the materials going in between the range of value. So if you want to pick the materials with the highest range of value, you can specify the sort sequence, or if you want to pick the material with the lowest range of value also, you can have the sort sequence. So for your reference, I have created the sort sequence as consternation, and if you maintain it, you have the characteristics as consternation, and I have specified the descending. So this means that if you have the multiple material with various concentration level, then system will pick the material with the descending order of concentration. If you select ascending, then system will pick the materials with ascending level of concentration. You can just save it. It will ask for the customized request. You can just save it. So till now you have created the condition table. Then condition table is mapped onto the access sequence. So the access sequence is mapped onto the strategy types, and the strategy type is assigned onto the batch search determination procedure. In that you can create a new search determination procedure. WM0001 and WM0002 are the two standard procedure, and I have copied WM0002 to create the ZWM0005. And if you see the control data, and I have mapped the condition table that is created by me into the particular procedure. So when we call the procedure ZWM005, it will come with it will come and select the condition type as WM05. Then the next procedure is allocation of the batch determination strategy, and we assign the batch determination strategy. So in the condition table, we specify the sequence of warehouse number and the movement type. So we need to specify the assignment with the combination of warehouse number and the movement type. So here the uh, entry is NW 601. That is the picking goods issue with respect to delivery node. So for this warehouse and the moment type system, the node one, I specify the uh, search search procedure as CWM005. So what happened is that when the goods issue for the delivery node is happened, then system will link onto the search procedure of ZWM005. Since it has picked this particular search procedure, system will understand which is the condition table and the strategy type it has to pick, and it will go to the condition table and will understand which is the particular condition table it need to pick. Once you create the access sequence and it has been mapped onto your search procedure, so in a nutshell what it had happened is, once you create the transfer order, then system will check the warehouse number and the moment time and to get the search procedure, and system will try to understand what is the condition type you have specified. Now the most important thing is the creation of condition record. Condition record is nothing but your master data. So LS51. So in this strategist type is ZM05. So movement type is, so this is the movement condition record that I have already specified by using the transaction code LS51. So if the movement type is 601 and in the warehouse NWW, go and pick the strategy type WM05. So this is the selection and this is the sort sequence. If you want to see the selection criteria, you need to find the consternation greater than 60. As a master record, I specify that if the material is available with the consternation more than 60, pick it. So here I specify the sort sequence also. So in the sort sequence, I specified in the descending. So over here, descending means whenever I am picking the material, pick the material from the bin with descending order of concentration. So in the selection criteria, I specified the uh, concentration as 60, and in the sort I specified the concentration as sequence as descending. So for example, if you want to have 100 materials, then if the material present in the bin are in the range of 50, 40 and 10, the 50 material with concentration 90, the 40 material with concentration 80, and the remaining 10 with the concentration 60. In this case, the what system will do is that system will pick the material. System will pick first the material with the maximum concentration, that is the 50 items with 90 concentration. Then it will go with the 40 material with the 80 concentration. Then it will go with the 10 material with the 70 concentration. So in the descending way. So if you go and provide the sort sequence as ascending, system will pick the material in the ascending way. So now we'll try to create an sales order VA01. Order type is OR with the reference to order. So I have the dummy data that is created for 585. So over here, this is the material. WM test is the material 100 quantity, and this is the plant KK01, and I haven't specified any batch. I'll try to save the sales order. It is incomplete. There is some error. I need to specify the gross weight and the maximum weight. Net weight also I need to specify. The long test, I simply maintain some long test in the language en, and there's no error message right now, so I'll be saving the order 586. sales order is 586. Then I'll create the outbound delivery VL01N. So or we can have the delivery created from the sales order as well. Here here also I didn't specify any batch. If any batch is specified in the preceding document, system will take the particular document, and system will not have the batch determination strategy in the W. Save the batch. So delivery is created. Once the delivery is created, we'll try to see the delivery. It is the delivery. Still the batch is not determined. We'll try to create the transfer order from the delivery. So this is the storage type SR1. So we need 100 quantity of material that need to be picked. So the batch determined is B3. So here the system specify that you have the batch B3 in the bin 010101 with the strategy, because in the strategy we specify that a concentration should be greater than 60, but over here the concentration is nothing but it's more than 60. We can see the same thing in the batch determination strategy. Strategy info, concentration we are checking. So the concentration criteria is greater than 60. So this is the condition type that is picked. So it is looking for the warehouse number and the moment number. So it has seen the condition record that we are specified in LS51. So it will be picking the warehouse in WW with the moment 601. So it will be picking the batch aspect to that. So this is the log. Batch stocks are being read. Availability check for the batches are done, and the batches are sorted. And system will propose the batch B1, B3 for the same. And we need to save the item. So when we see the material, so we'll try to create the delivery once again, LT03. So the transfer order 30095 is created. So we'll see the stock once again, ls 26, store location 001. So B3, it already contained the 100 stock. It has been picked, and the B5 also contained the 100 stock. Now we'll confirm the TO LT12. LT21. So from the bin, the source bin is SR1 000011. So the batch B3 of 100 material has been picked from the source bin 010101 with the storage type SR1 with the stock type 001. So in a nutshell, the batch determination procedure happens when we specify the characteristics for the particular class, and in the material master itself we'll be having the class type as 023 with the specific class and the characteristics. Then we have the stock for the material in the bin with the particular characteristics. Then we will be specifying that we need the material with more than how much concentration that is required, and in the sort sequence we can specify whether we want to sort the material for picking in the ascending as well as descending. So as per the um, condition tables, access sequence, and the strategy type and the procedure, system will pick the material, and with the master data condition record, system will proposes the batch for the picking activities, and the proper picking is carried out in this SAP Warehouse Management batch determination strategy. Thank you so much for attending this session.